Hello, everybody. Woo! Thank you so much to Paul Reisler for bringing us in the room with some beautiful guitar work. We are really glad to be here today on the Daily Antidote of Song in the middle of our New Year, New Friends month of January. Today is day 1,739 consecutive days of being here on the Daily Antidote of Song. Let's give it up for Carpe Diem Arts, who keeps this program going day after 1,739 days. And let's everybody wave a hello and a welcome to Paul and Cheryl Reisler coming in from Virginia. They are our new friends for the day. And another thanks to Paul for bringing us in the room with some gorgeous music. Let's say hi to all the folks who are here today. So hello to everybody out there on Facebook and hello to everybody out there on YouTube. And let's do a little hello to all the folks here. Ariana in LA running tech for us today. Thank you. Pauline in Newcastle, Trish in Victoria, British Columbia, Hoda also in BC, Simke coming in from Maryland, Arlene in Berkeley, California, Aloysius in Mass, Jan coming in from Cambridge, Mass. Susan in Cincinnati. Sheila in Florida. Busy Graham, Executive Director of Carpe Diem Arts. Thank you for being here. Tom Armstrong, Board of Directors, Carpe Diem Arts. Glad you're here. Dally in Maryland. Nan in Michigan. Jonathan coming in from Rhode Island. Doug in Vermont. Jane in Texas. Bonnie in Boise, Idaho. Mabel and some bears in Massachusetts. Bob in Albany. Sue in Seattle. Gary coming in from Mass. Loris coming in from the UK. Hello, Kathy. Maybe new to us today. Glad you're here. Diane in Puerto Rico. Hello. Benet in California, Kathleen in Albuquerque, Caroline in DC, Ruth coming in from Birmingham, UK, Athena in Brooklyn, Sarah in Santa Cruz, Sarah in Texas, Phoebe, Mommy coming in from New Jersey, Sarah in Connecticut, Loriana Kachina and Courtney in Vermont, Carolyn in Boise, Idaho, Anne in Knoxville, Tennessee, Jenny in Suffolk, UK, Kathy in Colorado, Linda, Orcas Island, Linda in California, Julie in Ontario, Elizabeth in California, Cricket, Maryland, Don and the Curly Tops coming in from Vermont, Ann in Nashville, Fred in Maryland, still moving right along. We've got Carol in Connecticut, Storm in Mass, Nancy in Washington State, Bob in Mass, Lynn in Connecticut, Luda coming in from Victoria, British Columbia, Carolyn, Boise, Idaho, reminding us that it is day 1,739. Susanna coming in from somewhere, glad to have you. Let's all take a deep breath. Exactly. So it's really, really nice to be here again, celebrating New Year, New Friends Month. We've done this now 4 or 5 years running. Is this our fifth one? Fifth one running here in the Daily Antidote, where we start the new year off by singing with folks we've never sung with. And after 1,739 days, I don't really understand how we have not yet had Paul and Cheryl Reisler in this space. But we are so glad that they are finally here. And welcome, Paul and Cheryl. So I will just say that Paul is he's a performer, musician, songwriter, has more songwriting credits to his name than a whole lot of people put together. I think we'll talk about that during the discussion. He's the founder of Kid Pan Alley, Trapezoid, and he and Cheryl have been doing this forever and a day. And can we all please welcome Paul and Cheryl Reisler?
Well, thank you. Thanks so much. Thanks, Joe. Here's a song called Life is Good Because We Have Music.
So, Paul, why don't we just share these 2 lines of the chorus? Because
Okay.
I think everyone here loves to sing. So, if you'll give me the chord.
Sure, let me
He's
just
going to pull that up.
get our key
The neat
here.
thing about this song, I retired as an elementary school principal, music teacher before that. And so I was very fortunate to have Kid Pan Alley come to my school, and we wrote this with my 5th graders.
Okay, cool.
All right. Just the
we're in the
chorus?
kitchen. Okay.
Right. So this is 2 lines of the chorus. You'll hear it over and over again. Life is good because we have music, so why don't we just sing all the time? You want to try that with us? I know you're on mute, but let's try it, and so you'll be able to sing along when we get there. Here we go, one more time. Life is good because we have music, so why don't we just sing all the time?
Okay, let's do it.
All right, we'll have enough opportunities. This is a great song. 4th graders. Life is good because we have music, so why don't we just sing all the time? We may be different, we make mistakes. Sometimes we give and sometimes we take, but each day we learn each day we thrive, and most of all, life is good because we're alive. Sweet as candy, sweet as family, sweet as apple pie. Good times and bad times, sad times and mad times, young, wild, and free, it's good to be me. Life is good because we have music, so why don't we just sing all the time? We may be different, we make mistakes, sometimes we give and sometimes we take, but each day we learn, each day we thrive, and most of all, life is good because we're alive. Making new friends, keep the old friends, walking on a cloud. Let's have some fun till the day is done. Fireflies light up the sky. Life is good because we have music, so why don't we just sing all the time? We may be different, we make mistakes, sometimes we give and sometimes we take, but each day we learn, each day we thrive, and most of all, life is good because we're, most of all, life is good because we're, most of all, life is good because we're alive. I could hear you all singing. I saw those mouths moving. That's
Well, let's
wonderful.
have some real applause here.
Woo!
Much better.
Definitely much better. Thank you so much. I think in 1,739 days, that's the first time we've ever had real applause. It feels much better when we do this and we hear those little applauses. We should do that after the second song too.
Okay.
So
Well, we have a button for that.
awesome. I love it. I think maybe I need that button. Cheryl, can you tell us a little bit more about that song? That was really fun to sing.
Sure.
Well, as a principal, we had
This was one we actually wrote. Cheryl was the principal of the school, and down the road from that school was a partner school that Cheryl worked with that was for children. Well, you describe it a little bit, Cheryl.
Well, they were significant and they had multiple disabilities. Some of the children were strapped in, standing, feeding tubes, all that kind of thing. And this is a wonderful school because it served children from age 5 to 21. So one day I was very good friends with the principal, and he says, I'm just so tired of people thinking that my students can't learn. And so we decided to put together this process of bringing in Kid Pen Alley, and we would match a group of his students with one of my age-appropriate students, 4th graders. And I have to tell you, my kids fell in love with their partner, and to the point that they wouldn't let any teachers get in the way of handling their any of the devices that they were using. They were totally capable and they wanted to be in charge with their partner. And so writing with Cathy Fink
and Heather May.
Heather May.
They both helped on this one. We worked with that class, and it was so fascinating to watch because most of the children from the Key Center didn't have language, but they had communication devices, and so some of them would have a button they could push that said different things. Others could move things around the screen with one side of their head and then hit the other side, and it would say something. And we also we made, after we decided what we were writing about, we made cards so we could, the kids could pick a card that said a certain thing. It was just a fascinating project. When we did the final concert for this, we did it with the Kid Pen Alley Band, which is a great, great band. I mean, the trumpet player played with Miles Davis, Quincy Jones, with the Hornsby Band, Dave Matthews, and many other people. And what we would do is I programmed my iPad so we would give it to one of the children with the disabilities, and they would touch a certain place on the iPad, and it would play. They could play chords on it, and the band would improvise with them in the concert while they were playing the chords, and then we would gradually fade them out and go into the song they had written. And it was just amazing to see.
That is amazing. That is really incredible. What great work. So I want to back up. I want to shout out Cathy Fink and Marcy Marxer, and also Heather May, all of whom have sung here in this space with us. And also Paul and Cheryl, you're mentioning Kid Pan Alley, but for anybody in the room who doesn't know it, can you give just a framework explanation of that whole thing you made?
So Kid Pan Alley started 25 years ago. I was asked, there was one of the women who was in our theater company. I used to have a theater company with my late wife, Julie Portman. One of the people in the company was having a interdisciplinary workshop at our local elementary school. Now, we live very rurally. There are about 500 kids in the whole county. And so I thought, well, it'd be interesting to write songs with kids. I'd been teaching songwriting to professional and semi-professional songwriters for years. And I thought, let's write songs with the kids. And we started out. The first day we wrote 5 songs. And by the end of the residency, we had 60 songs. Some of them were good. Some of them were awful. Some of them needed a little work. It was all kinds of things going on there. And we did a performance of some of the songs along with the woman who organized it was a choreographer. And so she choreographed kids doing dances to it. And there was a visual artist who, with the kids, they created visual works on slides. And we did the performance. Well, all the parents wanted copies of the songs, and I was still doing Trapezoid and wasn't, didn't think of myself as a kids artist, although I had produced a number of kids records for John McCutcheon. And I got this idea to get all the different musicians in our community together and have each of them record a song in their own style. We did that. It came out the week after 9/11, really bad timing for releasing an album. And all of a sudden people started to hear about it, and my close friend Beth Nielsen Chapman introduced me to the conductor of the Nashville Chamber Orchestra. And because I'd written a piece, co-written a piece for orchestra and narrator, and I showed him the Kid Pan Alley album, and within 5 minutes we were doing a project with them. So we made an album in Nashville. We wrote songs in all the schools in Nashville. And we had Amy Grant, Delbert McClinton, Kix Brooks, Beth Nielsen Chapman, Raul Malo from the Mavericks, all singing songs we wrote with the kids with orchestra, a lot of them sometimes full orchestra, sometimes less. And then we did an album release concert and sold out the Ryman with the orchestra and all these great artists. And things kind of took off from there because, that created a lot of buzz. So we've now written about 2,800 songs with over 80,000 children all across the country. We're on our way to Hawaii next week, and we'll be working with 5 schools over in Hawaii. Mm-hmm. So it's been an amazing experience, and we've made a bunch of other albums and things. And what's so great, I think, is that we treat the kids' songs at the highest professional level, so that when they hear their song, it's like not something that you just hang on the side of the refrigerator. Oh, that's really good, Billy. But something that they're really, really proud of, and they realize that they can be creators of their own work.
Beautiful. Really amazing. Paul and Cheryl, you guys have done so much incredible work in the world. And we definitely are going to need to have you guys back, because there's whole sections of things we're not going to have time to talk about today. Like, for example, Trapezoid, we didn't even get into that. And then the little note on your website that says something about the fact that you've written more songs than Joni Mitchell and the Beatles and I don't know what, all put together, which it feels to me like that's worthy of a whole conversation right there.
Yeah. Well, I've had 3,000 so co-writers, so it helped me along. Mostly short ones.
Yeah. And then also, you said that, right after 9/11 was the wrong time to have the album hit. for the purposes of album selling, but of course for the purposes of having music that people could like lean on in a way. Like this program is a really great example of how there can be a tragedy, and the response of music is exactly the right time because it's when people need it the most. And then you mentioned John McCutcheon. Well, I'd like to shout out also, he's been in the room with us. Then you said a whole lot of folks we haven't had in the room yet, so we should probably talk about them. I want to say, like, the applause that you threw up when we were clapping was so great. During the sound check, I said to Paul and Cheryl to make sure that they had their, I'm worried to say it now, to make sure that they had their devices turned off. And one of their devices said, it's a very good idea to turn off your device while you're in the middle. I don't know what they've got going on over there, but I want to learn so that I can get all that going here. Would love to have you guys back again. You're like new friends, but you fit here obviously so beautifully, perfectly. And I think you have another song for us today. I would love to hear what you have and then sing that one with you also.
Okay. Well, this is one called One Little Song Can Change the World. And we wrote it with fourth graders down at Tie River Elementary, which is a little bit south of Charlottesville, Virginia. And we believe that one little song can change the world. And there are songs that have changed it. And then I think all the songs we write change the world in a way because they change the children who realize that they can actually make something. They don't have to just buy their culture. They can make their own.
Mm-hmm. I think we want to put this up in chat.
I did send it to him. Did I send you One Little Song Can Change the World?
I will look. You could throw the chorus in case I don't find it.
Okay, let me do that real quick.
Okay. And while you're doing that, I'll go ahead and just make a few announcements to cover. So I'll just throw up right here all the folks that we have here in the first of many January New Year, New Friends weeks. So of course, we've got Paul and Cheryl in the room with us today. Tomorrow, Miles Spicer. The next day, David Sands of the DC Labor Chorus. Sue Ribaudo coming on Saturday, hosted by Elise Witt. And Mo Nelson, who we're calling new. I said this yesterday. He actually sang with us once before, but his sound didn't work. So we haven't really heard him. So we're calling him new. We're counting it all over again. So yeah, we're really excited for the rest of this week and for the rest of this month. Just incredible people will be joining us all month long. And Paul and Cheryl, thank you for giving us lyrics. Are they in? Yes, good.
The chorus is in.
Yep. If you want to sing the chorus to us a couple times and then roll it,
Sure.
we're excited and ready.
The good news is that this course is pretty easy and pretty short. Stand up and be heard.
Oh, I was playing the verse. I'm sorry. Here we go.
Chorus.
2, 3, 4.
Stand up and be heard. One little song can change the world. Stand up and be heard. One little song can change the world. This one's pretty easy, and this is what repeats 3 times, so we hope you'll join in with us. Some heroes can fly, others don't need to. Some can stretch from here to there, and somewhere lead to somewhere. What they dream and what they know inspires all of us to see it through. Here comes the chorus. Join in with us. Ready? Stand up and be heard. One little song can change the world. Stand up and be heard. One little song can change the world. Wow, that's so awesome. My mom, my dog, and cousin Cassie help me when I need. Like Rosa, John, and Dr. King, they help us believe in something. Some don't think like others do. It takes courage to do something new. comes the chorus. Ready? Sing it with me. Stand up and be heard. One little song can change the world. Stand up and be heard. One little song can change the world. One more time. Stand up and be heard. One little song can change the world.
How about like 3 more times on that chorus? You guys got it?
You want to sing the chorus 3 more times? We can do it.
Yeah.
Here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
Stand up and be heard. One little song can change the world. Stand up and be heard. One little song can change the world. One more time. Here we go. Stand up and be heard. One little song can change the world. Thank you so much. I could see you singing from your heart. Woo! Thank you so much. We so appreciate it and so love watching you sing with us. That
We even had
means so
someone
much.
play the bass with us. Wow.
Wow.
I wish I could have heard
Yes,
that.
Tom, that's great. That's great. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so it was definitely one of those days where I could hear everybody singing along with you.
Wonderful.
Because, yeah, the enthusiasm and yeah, just the simplicity of those lyrics, but yet, of course, having everything to do with exactly why we're here, and why you've done all of that work all of your life. So, okay, everybody, can we please one more time? Let's see if they can do this on cue. Everybody, please give it up one more time for Paul and Cheryl Reisler.
We're going to send this to you, JoJo. I'm telling you.
We've just like 1,700 some odd days in, we've completely transformed the applause. So thanks again to Paul and Cheryl Reisler. Great to have you here. Welcome to the Daily Antidote, and glad you're new friends and can't wait to make you returning friends.
Thank
Well,
you
thanks,
to all
Jeff.
of you.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks again, everybody, so much for joining us. Let's wave Paul and Cheryl out of the room.
Bye.
Bye.
Nice to see you guys. Thank you. And we're going to say goodbye, of course, to everybody out there on Facebook and everybody out there on YouTube. Thanks for joining us today. To Ariana in LA, thanks for running tech for us today. And let's say goodbye to all the folks in the room. Trish in Victoria, Arlene in Berkeley, Jan in Cambridge, Susan in Cincinnati, Sarah in California, Ruth in Birmingham, UK, Tom, Board of Directors, Carpe Diem Arts, Jim Harkless in the house, coming in from Maryland, one of our song leaders, Athena in Brooklyn. Thank you for being here. Sarah in Texas, Kathleen in Albuquerque, Deli in Maryland, Jonathan in Rhode Island, Doug in Vermont, Bonnie in Boise, Mabel and some bears in Massachusetts. The bears were especially happy today. Anna Bob in Albany, Sue in Seattle, Laris coming in from the UK, reminding us to love everything that we do and each other all the time. Nan in Michigan, Kathy in Colorado, Pauline and William over there in Newcastle, UK. Everybody wave to 100-year-old William. Hello. We're so glad you join us every day. Kathy, nice to have you with us today with a world. Kathy has a world because we are a world in here and everywhere. Thank you, Kathy. Nice to have you. Anybody who's new today, please feel free to stay. I'd love to say hi to you afterwards. Diane in Coamo, Puerto Rico, thank you for being here. Linda on Orcas Island. Diane probably doesn't have any snow. Anybody else who has snow, raise their hand. Yeah, Diane is looking like she's got her fan on. Not fair. Linda on Orcas Island. Thank you. Cricket in Maryland. Jane in Texas. Gary in Mass. Hoda in British Columbia. Benet in Berkeley. Caroline in DC. Fred in Maryland. Phoebe, great to have you on camera today. Mommy in New Jersey. Sarah in Connecticut. Aloysius in Mass. Carolyn in Boise. Jenny in Suffolk, UK. Julie in Ontario. Dawn in Vermont. Maybe with other curly tops. Carol in Connecticut. The creator and volunteer of our amazing database. Linda in San Rafael, California, Storm in Mass, Nancy in Washington State, Bob in Mass, and Lynn in Connecticut. And wait, there's more. Luda in Victoria, beautiful hearts. Thank you, Luda. Carolyn in Boise, who is one of our day reminders. Susanna and Jane in Maryland, and Sheila in Florida, and Elizabeth in California, and Linda in San Rafael. Everybody take one more deep breath. Right place, right time. And by the way, we'll be here again tomorrow, right here from the Daily Antidote Song. Please join us. Lots of love, everybody. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.